Hey guys, I thought I'd do this video. I want to show this example of the power of patterns, right? And this is a really good example that I just come across just now. Now this is the Aussie USD, and you can see I'm putting three patterns here. I've got a Gartley pattern here. I've got a cipher pattern, and I've got another cipher pattern on the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frame. And I just want to show you how powerful it is, not just the pattern itself, but how you can use this to predict future moves and then time in potential future entries. Okay, so for this one, I'm looking at the green one, alright? So specifically this pattern here. Don't worry about these ones. I'll just put them in there anyway, but don't concern yourself with that. Now, with the Gartley pattern, right? The standard rule is that there's a completion at the D leg completes at the 78.6. Now there are occasions where there's rules where you can complete at the 88.6, right? I won't go through that rule now, but there are circumstances where I look for the 88.6 instead of the 78.6, but that's not the point here, right? So what I'm basically trying to show you is when we look for, say for instance, the targets we usually look for, the 38 and the 61.8. Alright, target 1's that, target 2's there. So assuming that this pattern completes, right, the assumption is that you're going to be looking for targets at the 38.2, the initial targets, and if we look for follow-on targets, the second target will be 61.8. Okay, that's the standard rule. Okay, so assuming that that's the case, right, then what do you do? What do you do when it hits that level? What do you do? Like, how do you know it's going to get here? And if it does, is it going to keep going up or is it going to keep going down? Like, we don't know, right? So what you can do is you can kind of use this to predict the future move, right, and then predict where you could look to either into short, trading the opposite direction, or what do you want to do, right? So this is where it's really useful. So what I want to do is I want to go to the lower time frame. I'm going to go to 1 hour, because on the 4 hour I noticed the pattern, but I want to just check it on the 1 hour, right? And on the, I'm going to get rid of this. Actually, I'll leave that there for now. I'll draw a line to mark the targets. Alright. So those are the targets. And what I'll do is I already know the measurements are correct, so I already did them before, but I'll do them again. As so. So as it is right now, I've got a cipher pattern that completes at the 78.6, right? Standard rules. So with that being said, right now I have a potential pattern. So if I took this trade, the Gartley pattern trade, assuming that target 1 and 2 is going to get hit, right? Target 2 is being hit there. Now if I keep going with that, then I have another point of entry. I can get out of this trade when it hits target 2. Now I can look for a shorting opportunity, right? Which I look to have now. Now I can even add in trend lines. So from this top here, that top there. See, these are the top points. Now this one doesn't hit. It's still too early to tell. We haven't reached there yet. But when these lines connect, usually it's a good indication that we might even see this price might even go even from here to maybe up here rather than here, right? We don't know. Either way, it's still a good trade because your stops would always be placed up about here anyway. So, you know, if you take it there, all you're doing is improving your risk and gaining more reward. But you can't always ask for this. You can't always be precise. You're just going to take it where. That's why we have rules, you know. So we can set those rules and follow them. And if they go a little bit up or a little bit down, we don't get tied into that too much. So that's basically it. So that's really showing you how you can use this. With this in mind, you can predict that, you know, well, if it hits target 1, target 2, that means that, you know, where it's going to go next. And if you can identify the next pattern, which is here, you know, you basically open yourself up to another trade to go short, right? And I'm sure that once you take that, there'll be another pattern. That's the beauty about this. So there's no And the reason why this helps is because you don't have to, if you didn't know anything about patterns and you took the trade here, you don't know, you'll be trying to work out, well, where is it going to go? Well, you'll be using all these different indicators and all these different lines, and you'll be saying, oh, well, it's going to go here or here. But this is defined. This is a defined set of rules that follows Fibonacci, right? And Fibonacci, we know that 61, 8, and 38, 2 are key numbers. So, so hopefully that helps you. I think that was pretty useful if you didn't know already. But yeah, have a good day, guys. Cheers.